Have you ever looked at a stranger and felt a sudden, inexplicable wave of grief? Or maybe a flash of a memory that doesn't belong to your current life? It's a heavy question to start with, I know, but it's where our journey today begins.
It's fascinating, Ariel. We're talking about the subconscious holding on to what some call past life imprints. Our source today, Yahshao, the Hmong king, describes these moments as his past lives, flashing through his mind, making his heart feel memories he once lived.
I mean, it's a poetic way to describe it, Alex, but is it just a psychological trick of the mind? Or are we actually suggesting that there's a literal lineage of energy being carried across lifetimes? That's a massive claim to start a Monday with.
That's exactly what we're here to unpack, Emery. Yahshao speaks about carrying a king energy 24/7. He says, we must create this energy to protect ourselves wherever we go, because everything on earth bows down to God and King.
Exactly. And it's not about a political title. It's about a frequency. Think of it like wearing a garment made of pure energy. In many ancient traditions, the king isn't just a ruler. It's the archetype of the centered, sovereign self who is in direct alignment with the divine.
Okay, so if I'm playing devil's advocate here, which is kind of my job, how does one just create this energy? It sounds a bit like fake it till you make it, doesn't it? Like, if I put on a crown, do I suddenly have a protective aura?
Actually, Yahshao is very specific about that, Emery. He says we are all God experiencing this body. He's not talking about an external crown, but an internal realization. Alex, how does that tie into the broader spiritual concepts we see in other cultures?
Well, it aligns perfectly with panentheism, the idea that the divine is both in the world and beyond it. When Yahshao says, claim your power back, he's echoing the Gnostic idea that we've forgotten our divine origin. We aren't just humans trying to be spiritual, we're spirits trying to navigate a human body.
But wait, if we are all God experiencing this body, why is there so much sickness and struggle? Yahshao mentions using this energy to heal his son and his sister. If we have this power, why are we still paying those massive medical bills he mentioned?
That's the core of his teaching. He describes a very specific technique involving a 3D image flowing in front of his third eye. He calls it energetic surgery. Alex, walk us through how he describes the process with his son.
It's incredible, really. He says when his son needed surgery, he visualized a 3D projection. He imagined taking the bad part out and closing the wound mentally. He did the same for his sister's heart issues. And apparently she didn't even end up needing the heart surgery.
Hold on, that's where I have to jump in. I mean, heart surgery is serious business. Are we saying he just thought the problem away? That sounds like a dangerous precedent to set, especially when people are dealing with life-threatening conditions.
It's important to note that Yahshao himself includes a disclaimer that this is for entertainment purposes. But, Emery, think about the placebo effect or spontaneous remission. Science is still trying to map out how the mind influences the cellular structure of the body.
Right. There's a field called psychoneuroimmunology. It studies the link between our thoughts and our immune systems. While Yahshao's 3D projection technique sounds mystical, it could be a highly advanced form of directed intention or visualization.
Okay, I can get behind the idea of stress reduction helping the heart, but he also mentions his stepdaughter having a tumor by her ear. He used the same 3D projection, covering her ear with his hand. That's a very physical application of a mental image.
He admits he was nervous about that one, though. He said, "As human beings, we can't guarantee every time." I like that honesty. It shows he's not claiming to be an infallible miracle worker, but someone experimenting with a power he believes we all possess.
That's a key point, Ariel. He's inviting us to claim our power back. He's not saying, I am the only one who can do this. He's saying he wants to help us connect to the energy of God and King so we can help our own families.
So let's talk about the how. He says to earn this energy, you must be born again in the heart and mind. That sounds very religious, but he follows it up with living a holy life. What does holy mean in this context, Alex?
In Yahshao's view, holiness is synonymous with love and joy. He says everything you do must be out of love. Create happiness, be joyful. It's about the quality of your vibration. If you're angry or hateful, you're essentially leaking that king energy.
He even gives practical rules for this holy life. He says to never use your hands to kill, never think of hurting others, and never disrespect the old or the young. It's a total commitment to non-violence and respect.
It sounds like a tall order. I mean, honestly, who hasn't had a mean thought about someone cutting them off in traffic? If my king energy drops every time I get annoyed, I'm going to be pretty unprotected most of the day.
Well, that's the practice, right? It's not about being perfect. It's about the intention. He says to keep your body holy. It's like a discipline. You're training your subconscious to stay in that high vibrational state so that when you do need to pray or project, the channel is clear.
Let's dive deeper into the prayer technique he describes. He mentions injecting vibration and frequency into the 3D image. He says you have to feel like it's already done, like you're hitting the jackpot. Why is that feeling so important, Alex?
That's the secret sauce in almost all manifestation and healing traditions. The brain doesn't actually know the difference between a vividly imagined event and a real one. When you feel the healing is done, your body starts producing the neurochemicals associated with health and relief.
So it's like a mental rehearsal, but he's talking about doing this for others. How does my feeling that someone else is healed actually affect their body? That's the leap I'm struggling to make.
Well, his sister said she could feel his energy shifting the room when he walked in. That suggests our personal energy fields aren't contained within our skin. They radiate outward. If you've ever walked into a room after people have been arguing, you know you can feel the tension, right?
Exactly. We're talking about biofields. If Yahshao is walking around with this king energy 24/7, he's essentially acting as a tuning fork. When he enters a room, he's offering a higher frequency that others can subconsciously tune themselves to.
Okay, I'll grant you the tuning fork analogy. It's like when one person starts laughing and everyone else starts laughing too, but he's talking about tumours and heart surgery. That's a bit more complex than just sharing a mood, don't you think?
It is, and that's why he emphasizes the 3D visualization. He's not just wishing them well, he's performing a mental operation. He's using his third eye to focus his intent with surgical precision. Alex, what's the significance of the third eye in this context?
The third eye, or the pineal gland, is often called the seat of the soul. In many traditions, it's the point of inner vision. By projecting the image from there, he's using his most concentrated point of consciousness to rewrite the blueprint of the person's health.
Wait, let's go back to the medical bills part. Yahshao says living in this generation is hard because medical costs are so high. Is he suggesting this is a financial strategy? Heal yourself so you don't have to pay the doctor.
It sounds practical, doesn't it? In a world where healthcare is a luxury for many, reclaiming your power to heal could be seen as a form of spiritual and financial sovereignty. It's about not being a victim to the system.
And it's also about the glory of God. He quotes Jesus saying that sickness exists so that God can have glory. In his interpretation, that glory is us using our divine power to restore balance. It's a very empowering take on a classic scripture.
But isn't there a risk of people feeling like failures if they can't heal themselves? If I try this 3D projection and it doesn't work, am I just not holy enough? Does my king energy suck?
That's a fair point, Emery. But Yahshao says to do everything out of love. If you're judging yourself or feeling like a failure, you're not in that state of love and joy he's talking about. The process itself requires a release of that kind of pressure.
Right, it's about the feeling that it is done. If you're worried about failing, you're focusing on the possibility of failure, not the reality of health. You have to hit the jackpot in your mind before you see it in the world.
So let's summarize this king energy. It's a protective shield, it's a frequency of love, and it's a tool for healing. But he also says you have to be born again in the heart. Does that mean a complete personality transplant?
I think it means a shift in identity. Instead of seeing yourself as a victim of circumstances or a small, powerless human, you see yourself as the godfather of your own life. You take full responsibility for the energy you put out into the world.
And that includes how we treat others. I love that he mentions respecting the old and the young. It's a holistic approach. You can't be a king who heals people on the weekend and then acts like a jerk to your neighbors during the week. The energy is 24/7.
It's interesting how he connects the Hmong King title to this. It's like he's reclaiming a cultural identity, but elevating it to a universal spiritual principle. He's Yahshao, but he's also a vessel for this ancient kingly power.
Exactly. And he's sharing it because he sees so many people living in the dark. He wants to turn the lights on. He wants people to realize they don't have to live in fear of sickness or poverty if they can master their own internal frequency.
It's a very aha moment transition when you realize that king energy isn't about ruling others, but about ruling yourself. It's self-mastery. When you master your thoughts and your heart, the world around you starts to align with that order.
I'm still a bit stuck on the 3D projection part though. Like, literally, how do I start? Do I just close my eyes and try to see a holographic heart? What if I'm not a visual person? Some people have aphantasia. They can't visualize anything.
That's a great question, Emery. Yahshao mentions injecting the feel. So even if you can't see it clearly, you can feel the vibration. You can feel the relief, the warmth, the sense of completion. The feeling is the language of the subconscious.
Exactly. Think of it like a memory. You might not see a perfect 4K movie of your last birthday, but you can feel the joy you had. Yahshao is saying to take that feeling and project it into the future, into the healing you want to see.
So it's like reverse engineering a memory. You create the memory of being healthy before the health actually shows up. That's actually a pretty clever way to put it, Alex.
And it's accessible to everyone. You don't need a degree or a title. You just need to claim your power back. But it requires that holy lifestyle. You can't have the power without the character. The two are inseparable.
I think that's why he mentions the past lives at the beginning. It's a reminder that we are more than just this one moment. We have a long history of energy. If we can tap into that, we can access wisdom and power that we've forgotten.
It's a lot to wrap your head around. But I like the idea of being the godfather of your own life. It beats being a side character in someone else's story, right? Even if I'm skeptical about the 3D surgery, the ethics of it are solid.
Honestly, even if you just take away the part about living a life of love and joy, that's a win. But Yahshao is pushing us further. He's asking us to imagine a world where we are the primary healers for our families.
Think about the impact that would have on our communities. If everyone carried king energy, there would be no room for violence or disrespect. We'd all be walking around in these protective garments of light, so to speak.
It's a beautiful vision. I mean, wait, if I'm a king and you're a king and Ariel's a king, who's doing the dishes? But I guess in this world, doing the dishes is a holy act done with love, right?
Exactly, Emery. You've got it. Everything you do out of love. Even the dishes. That's how you keep your hands holy. It's a 24/7 commitment to a higher state of being.
And that's the real jackpot. It's not just about physical health or money. It's about the richness of the soul. Yahshao is living proof of this energy in action, from his sister's heart to his son's recovery.
I have to admit, the story about his sister asking him to pray for her dog and cat is pretty sweet. It shows that this energy isn't just for important human things, it's for all life. It's about being a caretaker of the world.
It really is. It's about seeing the divine in everything. So, as we wrap up, what's the one thing you want our listeners to try today, maybe just for 5 minutes?
I'd say, try the King Energy visualization. Imagine yourself wearing a garment of light that protects you. Walk into your next meeting or your next conversation with the feeling that you are sovereign, loved, and powerful.
And I'll add the challenger's twist. Try to do one thing today, just one, completely out of love, without expecting anything back. See if it changes the vibration of your day. See if you feel that King energy start to stir.
I love that. Claim your power back, everyone. Don't let the darkness or the high medical bills of life dim your light. You are God experiencing this body, and you have the power to shift the room.
And remember, as Yahshao says, feel like it is done. Whatever healing or happiness you're looking for, start by finding the frequency of it within yourself first. The rest will follow.
It's been a wild ride today, from past lives to 3D surgeries. I'm still a bit of a skeptic, but hey, if it leads to more love and less hurting, I'm in. Let's see if we can all hit that jackpot today.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the teachings of Yahshao, the Hmong King. Go out there and wear your King energy with pride. We'll see you next time.
Stay holy, keep your hands clean, and keep your heart full. You have more power than you know.
And don't forget to look for those aha moments in the everyday things, even in the dishes. See you later.
Wait, before we go, Alex, one last thing. Yahshao mentioned that his past lives flash through his subconscious. Do you think that's something anyone can access? Or is it a special gift?
I think it's a matter of quietness. Most of us have so much noise in our heads that we can't hear the echoes of the past. If we live that holy life and calm the mind, who knows what memories might surface? It's about making space for the soul to speak.
Making space for the soul to speak. I like that. Maybe that's the first step to becoming the godfather of your own life. Just listening. All right, now I'm really done. Let's go be kings.
Perfect. Until next time, everyone, keep your third eye open and your heart even wider. Actually, let's dive a bit deeper into this 3D projection idea before we close. It's such a unique concept. Alex, when Yahshao talks about the 3D image flowing around in front of your forehead, what is the physics of that, metaphorically speaking?
Think of it as creating a template. In quantum physics, there's the idea of the observer effect, that the act of observing something influences its state. By projecting a 3D image of a perfect or healed organ, Yahshao is essentially providing a new blueprint for the body's energy to follow.
So it's like he's overwriting the diseased code with healthy code. That's a very tech-heavy way to look at spiritual healing, but it makes sense in our modern context. But how do you inject vibration into a mental image?
Yahshao says you inject the field that is done in your heart and mind. It's that emotional charge. A thought without emotion is just a picture. A thought with emotion is a command. It's like the difference between a light bulb and a laser.
Exactly, Ariel. A laser is just light that's been organized and focused. Yahshao's technique is about organizing and focusing human consciousness. When he says inject vibration, he's talking about that intense, focused feeling of, yes, this is happening right now.
And he mentions frequency too. We know everything in the universe vibrates at a certain frequency. Disease often has a low, discordant frequency. So he's essentially tuning the body back to its natural, high-frequency state of health.
That seems to be the core of it. And he's doing it through the king energy. It's not just a parlor trick. It's a manifestation of his entire state of being. That's why the holy life part isn't optional. You can't have the laser without the power source.
Right, if your power source, your heart, is full of anger or disrespect, the laser of your intention will be weak and scattered. But if your heart is born again in love and joy, your healing power becomes immensely potent.
It's a very high-stakes way to live. But then again, Yahshao says living in this generation is already hard. Maybe this is the hard that actually leads to freedom. Instead of being a victim of high medical bills, you become a master of your own frequency.
It's a radical form of self-reliance. He's not saying, don't go to the hospital. He even mentions his son and sister having surgery. But he's saying, don't leave your power at the door. Bring your king energy into the operating room with you.
That's a crucial distinction, Ariel. It's a partnership between the physical and the spiritual. He uses 3D projection while the surgery was happening or to avoid it when possible. It's about maximizing every resource we have, including our divine nature.
I think that's a message a lot of people need to hear right now. We often feel so small in the face of big systems like healthcare or the economy. Yahshao is reminding us that we are God experiencing this body. We're not as small as we think.
It really changes the perspective, doesn't it? From why is this happening to me to how can I use my energy to shift this? It's a complete 180-degree turn in mindset.
And it starts with that king energy. Not a crown of gold, but a crown of consciousness. Every time you choose love over anger or joy over despair, you're polishing that crown. You're building that protective aura.
Okay, I'm feeling it. I might not be performing energetic surgery by lunchtime, but I can definitely try to shift the room with a bit more intentional joy. It's a start, right?
It's a perfect start, Emery. And who knows? Maybe as we all start to claim our power back, we'll see a world where living in the dark is a thing of the past. Yahshao's vision is a bright one, and it's one we can all contribute to.
Well said. The world needs more kings and queens who rule with love and heal with joy. Let's make that the new standard.
All right, let's go out there and inject some high-frequency vibration into the world. Thanks for the talk, guys. This was eye-opening. Pun intended regarding the third eye.
Ha ha ha! Nice one, Emery. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Remember, you are the godfather of your own life. Claim your power, stay holy, and keep that 3D image of your best life flowing.
And don't mind the tears if they come. They're just the past lives saying hello. Embrace the journey. See you next time.
Take care, everyone, and hit that jackpot.
One more thing that really struck me about Yahshao's words was when he said, "Be the godfather in your life." It's such a powerful phrase. Alex, what does that mean to you in a spiritual sense?
It's about being the ultimate protector and provider for your own soul. A godfather, in the traditional sense, is someone who looks after a child's spiritual development. To be that for yourself means you are taking responsibility for your own growth, your own holiness, and your own energy.
It's like being your own mentor. Instead of looking for a guru or a king out there, you realize the king is already inside you. You just have to, what did he say? Born again in the heart and mind?
Exactly. And that born-again process isn't a one-time event. It's a daily choice. Every morning you wake up and decide, am I going to live as a victim today? Or am I going to live as a king?
And that choice is reflected in how you treat the people around you. Yahshao's emphasis on not disrespecting the old or the young is so key. A true king doesn't need to put others down to feel powerful. His power comes from his alignment with God, not from dominance over others.
It's a very different kind of king than the ones we see in history books, isn't it? It's not about conquest. It's about connection, connecting to the energy of God and using it to heal and help. That's a kingdom I'd actually want to live in.
We all would, Emery. And the beauty is, according to Yahshao, that kingdom is already here. It's within us. We just have to wear the garments of the energy. We have to choose to embody it 24/7.
It's a 24/7 job, but the benefits are out of this world. Literally, you get to live a life of joy, love, and purpose. And you get to be a source of healing for the people you love. What could be better than that?
Not much, Alex, not much. I'm starting to see why Yahshao is so passionate about sharing this. When you find something that works, something that can heal a tumor or a heart, you don't want to keep it to yourself. You want everyone to have it.
And that's the spirit of today's episode. We're sharing this because we want you to explore your own king energy. We want you to see what happens when you start to claim your power back.
So, take Yahshao's advice. Pray with a 3D image. Inject the feeling of success. Live a life of love. And see if the world doesn't start to bow down to the king within you. Not out of fear, but out of respect for the light you carry.
I'm going to go try that 3D image thing now. Maybe I'll start small, like visualizing a perfect cup of coffee. Baby steps to king energy, right?
Aha! Start where you are, Emery. A perfect cup of coffee is a great beginning. Thanks for listening, everyone. This has been an incredible conversation.
It really has. Thank you, Ariel, and thank you, Emery, for keeping us on our toes. And thank you, Yahshao, for these profound insights.
Yes, thank you, Yahshao. Wherever you are, keep shining that light. We're listening.
All right, that's a wrap. Go forth and be the godfathers and godmothers of your own lives. We'll see you in the next episode.
Peace and love, everyone, and remember, the energy is with you always.
Always. See ya.
Wait, I just thought of one more thing. Alex, Yahshao mentioned that Jesus answered and say to the disciples, "The sick is to make God have glory." That's such a fascinating take on suffering. It's almost like suffering is an opportunity for a miracle.
Exactly. It's a stage for the divine power to manifest. If there were no problems, we'd never realize our capacity to solve them through spiritual means. It's like a challenge that calls forth our higher selves. Without the sickness, we might never have discovered the king energy within us.
So instead of asking, why me, when something goes wrong, we should ask, how can I use this to show the power of God? That's a total shift in how we handle adversity. It turns every struggle into a potential aha moment of spiritual growth.
It's about reclaiming the narrative. You're not a victim of your circumstances. You're the hero who's about to overcome them. That's the king energy in action. It's a perspective that empowers you rather than draining you.
And it's so relevant today. With everything going on in the world, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. But if we see these challenges as opportunities to claim our power back, we can approach them with a sense of purpose and even joy.
It reminds me of that jackpot feeling Yahshao mentioned. You're not just hoping for a win, you're already celebrating it because you know the power you have. It's like you've already won the game before it's even over.
That's the ultimate confidence. And it's not an arrogant confidence because it's not based on your ego. It's based on your connection to God. It's a humble, powerful certainty.
I think that's the perfect note to end on. That certainty. That inner knowing that you are more than your body, more than your bank account, and more than your problems. You are a king, and it's time to start living like one.
I'm in. Let's do this. No more living in the dark. Let's turn the lights on, one 3D visualization at a time.
Thanks again for joining us. This has been a truly special episode. We hope it's inspired you to look within and find your own king energy. Until next time, stay powerful.
Stay joyful, stay loving, and most of all, stay connected. The world needs your light.
See you on the higher frequencies, everyone. Bye.
And remember, as Yahshao says, do everything out of love. It's the most powerful frequency there is. Let's use it to heal ourselves and each other. Good night, and God bless.
Good night. May your dreams be full of 3D images of your best life.
And may you wake up feeling like you've already hit the jackpot. Peace out.